What's up? Sorry, I'm a little late getting started. I was having some technical difficulties, but we are here. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How's the audio and video? Are we good? Sweet. All right. Got the chat up in my computer here. Is the video like delayed at all, or is it pretty crisp and clear? What's up, guys? Cheers, as always. The LS heads, all the LS stuff's gone. It's a bit choppy. Okay, hold on a second. Is it getting any better? Okay, cool. You guys let me know at any point if it starts getting like sloppy. But cheers, broskies. Always got to start Mazdaspeed Mondays off with a brewski. Today we're going to have some pretty good topics. Wait for some more people to jump on here. How's everybody's Monday? Hope it was good. Yeah, buddy. Who's currently building their car right now? D's speed is sick. It's only going to get better. Some kinks he's working out. I'm broke. Hey man, it's all, all good. It's an expensive hobby. You're working on 3. Dear Lord. That's a lot. Okay, so you guys read the title. Today is going to be mainly focused on modifications and the tuning process. And we'll jump into that more in depth here soon. Just waiting for some more people to jump on here. We're only at 11 people right now. So, give me a lot of good things. In 6 days. That's awesome. Sorry, I'm just posting this link up in a couple places here so that people know we are live. Talk more in depth about your fueling setup depth. More in depth, okay. Doing coils this weekend. Nice, nice. I like to hear what everybody's working on. All right, so one thing that people have always been asking in the comments, social media, pretty much every platform that I have, has been, what modifications should I do, or what should I do next? And it's a very broad question to ask, and there's a lot of different answers. There's a lot of right answers and there's a lot of wrong answers, and that all depends on the person, really. And what I mean by that is someone that tends to have a high horsepower car or a really built car tends to lead people down a path that they don't necessarily want to be on, but are influenced to be on that path. And there's nothing really wrong with that, because in the end, Bryce, what's up, man? You're just in time, man, because you're going to be a huge help to this live stream. If everybody doesn't know Bryce, he is currently the 3rd fastest Speed 3 in the world. So he, dude, Andy Nelson, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the donation. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. 2019 is going to be an awesome year. Anyway, Bryce is super knowledgeable, so he's going to be, I asked him to join the live feed tonight so that he can kind of help out and guide this conversation in the right way. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys, if you have it in front of you. It greatly helps. But anyway, what I'm saying is there's a lot of different ways you can attack a build on a car. And my recommendation to anybody that's building a car is know what you want your end goal to be. And for yourself, not for other people, not for, you know, just do it for yourself. And what I mean by that is people have the tendency to want to go crazy like other people on these builds, but they may not be able to afford that, or they really don't know what they're getting themselves into. And when I say don't know what they're getting themselves into, it's not just as simple as bolting some parts on and just driving the car. The more in depth you get with parts, and the more in depth you get with a larger and larger setup, the more, not necessarily issues, but the more things you're going to have to be constantly aware of, to make sure that the car is operating right. And yeah, Bryce, the cost thing, man. Like, Bryce, if you were to throw a number at your current build, I'm sure people would be like, holy shit. Um, it's absolutely insane. And guys, pay attention to what Bryce is saying in these comments too, because he's going to hit a lot of good points. But the thing is, you need to set a goal for yourself, and you need to just plan it out. Talk to some of the people on the platform. Use Mazdaspeed Mondays to get information you need. The Mazdaspeed pages on Facebook, the forums, stuff like that. People have done it. Okay, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. There's proven setups for pretty much any power level that you're wanting to go with. There are dozens of people that have done the same thing that you're trying to do probably. And honestly, so Bryce has about 60 grand into his build. That's not including the car. Let that sink in for a minute. And that's another thing too. You know, Bryce and the other 1% of this platform that are going all out are really not doing it specifically for themselves. They're doing it for the platform so that new parts can get developed. These guys are the key players for this platform to evolve more and to have more parts available for, you know, the end user. And, you know, I've learned a lot from them along the way as well, to gain the knowledge. I know I still pick their brains, you know, almost daily about stuff, but you need to, what's up? Hey. So you need to, my wife is just stopping in to say what's up. You need to just have a plan. And honestly, these cars are so fun at the sub 400 horsepower range. Some people just need to, you know, accept the fact that, you know, sometimes you're not going to be able to build this crazy thing, all right? So, like everybody else, everybody has a budget. Everybody has a life. You know, don't try to stunt on a build and try to take shortcuts to try to prove something, because in the end, it's only going to hurt you, because you're going to cut corners on a car, and they may work, but they're not going to work long. And you're going to find yourself spending the money 2 or 3 times, if not more. So have a plan with what your end goal is for power and what you want the car to be set up as, and just go with it. Just save the time and money and just do it once. My setup is to the extreme: cage, custom brakes, rear trailing arms, parachute, dog box, one-off turbo kits, and parts. Yeah, so I mean, that's a super valid point. DTP Fabworks. What up, Jimmy? You know, I didn't know what I was getting into when I bought my first Speed 3. I bought it with intentions of doing some bolt-on upgrades and calling it good, and then I wanted more power, so I got, you know, upgraded GTX 3071 and did the full bolt-on thing and ran it like that for a while, and then I just wanted more, so I was constantly buying different parts to make more power. If I had just sat back and said, okay, you know, hey, my end goal is to have 700 horsepower. From day one, I should have just started purchasing parts to hit that end goal, instead of just wanting the power now and spending the money and then, you know, waiting until the time I want to do it and then spending the money again. It'll be more costly for you that way. Trust me. There's a lot of parts that you will not be able to reuse when you go to a bigger setup. And it's just honest. Just take your time and do it right the first time. You know, like this, the RX-8 that we're building, you know, no one's ever really done what I'm doing with it. So I'm making sure that all my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, and just making sure, you know, if something takes a little bit more time than I want it to, I'm just letting it be, because in the end, if I do it right the first time, it'll be completely worth it. Big shout out to Andy Nelson again for the $20 donation. I appreciate it. That's awesome of you to do that. Remember, hit that like button if you guys see it on your screen. It'll help push the video out pretty good. Yeah, just take it for some of the guys that are in here that have done multiple setups and just learned the hard way. To chew on all the bros and chargers, trust me, that doesn't take much. You're already at like a 1,500 pound weight advantage. The other thing too is a lot of people will buy these parts because someone that will tell them to put it on there, and then they go and get these parts and put them on the car, but they have no idea what the part does and what major factor it has a play in like the entire setup. So if you have a setup that you're buying these parts for, you need to know exactly what that part is doing for the rest of the car now that you switched it out, and what other factors are happening now because of that new part. And you need to understand that it's not, everything that you do is not going to be plug and play. There's adjustments that need to be made, you know, and I'm not talking about obvious stuff like a turbo or anything like that. Like if you change up any wiring, or you add a controller, or you like a watt box, like you need to understand what a watt box does before you get it, just to have some like two-step to like show off in front of your friends. Like you need to understand what that's actually doing for the car and why it's being used, and understanding the settings in the watt box and how to set it up. Like there's just so many variables that go into a build that you need to understand before you jump into it. Yes. Bryce, you want to hit on that a little bit? I want you to explain it, because I know you're going to nail it on the head, and I know where you're going with it. So guys, he's talking about the watt box and how big of a misconception it is with the platform. Right. Research does go a long way, man. It's huge. It's just doing your research. Exactly. Everybody look at Bryce's last comment. It's used for ignition cut to the engine, specifically when the PI, or when running the PI due to fuel overrun from it during a wide open throttle shift. So it's basically using the ignition cut pretty much to make the transition between shifts when you're flat foot shifting smooth, so you don't have any issues. Yes. Computer's going crazy right now. Yep, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Like, just knowing that the hard facts about like what a certain part on your car is doing. There you go. Case in point from Bryce right there. Destroyed a freaking probably $10,000 setup, if not more, from not having a watt box on a serious setup like that. So know what you're getting into and know what parts are going to work best with your setup. It's not about what part works for someone else's car. It's not what part your buddy said that, you know, he saw someone else use. It's knowing exactly what parts are going to work for your exact setup to make it as efficient as possible and as safe as possible for your actual setup. And you know, this is going to get into the next topic of the tuning process. So everything that we've been talking about so far is detrimental to getting your car ready to be tuned, especially if you're scheduling dyno time with your tuner and you're taking up, you know, a block of time, stuff like that. Please do not go into a tuning session like with your car not 100%. It's not smart on your end, because you could have a part that's not dialed in correctly, that wasn't installed right because it was rushed, that could be like severely bad for your engine, whatever it may be. Making sure you got fresh plugs, making sure you have no leaks, checking everything, man. Like, shit, I would just be monitoring stuff on your access port days prior, just checking different things and seeing what's happening here when I do this and when I do that. So, you know, hey, when I go wide open throttle, I have this happen or whatever. Like, these things, you can create a list of stuff to send your tuner possibly beforehand to maybe reconcile them before you head over to get the car tuned, and can prevent, you know, some kind of catastrophic failure or, you know, wasting yours and his time and money. Don't just do it for yourself, because it's gonna, in the end, it's gonna cost you money if you rush it. 35 psi. Hell yeah. And, you know, I'm not to say who you have tune your car, but do your research. I personally have Justin from FREEKTUNE do my car, but any, like Bryce said, any of the top tuners in this platform can spot. Yeah, anybody can spot it. I use Justin because of these reasons, and people always ask me who I tune with, and I'm sure I've sent a couple dozen people to Justin at FREEKTUNE, but these are the things that keep me with him and trust in him. The man is a genius when it comes to this platform, and for those of you that have experienced, you know, working with him, that may have had potential issues with their car, this dude can diagnose a problem over a data log that you would have never seen if you were looking over the car yourself. For example, I finished my last build big Borg Warner setup. We were pushing the stock block limits, and we were taking logs, and he goes, "Hey man, you know, this is happening. You know, I need you to check this." And I check it, and I'd be like, "Whoa! Like, how did he even know that?" You know, him being able to say, "Oh, your boost is coming in a little bit later on this log. You may have a post manifold exhaust leak." So I look at my wastegate, and it had come loose. Like things like that some less reputable tuners may just overlook and say, screw it. Guys like Justin and other top tuners in the platform will take the time to help you diagnose something before something catastrophic happens, or before you know, put unnecessary wear on parts. They just have, you know, Justin has so much knowledge. I mean, it speaks volumes that he has. You know, he personally has the fastest Mazdaspeed in the world, and the top 10 fastest speeds in the world are mostly freak tuned. So that should speak volumes on how knowledgeable he is on, you know, big horsepower. And then you look at all the tunes he's done for even, you know, your stock Speed 3 that just needs a, you know, better than stock tune to kind of even things out. You know, it's amazing what the dude can do, and he has done so many of them that it's like he doesn't even have to think about it. He just knows exactly what does what, and he knows what setup works with what. He knows what tuning process he has to do to get something to be as efficient as it can but be safe. You know, he's one of the best tuners that I've experienced in all platforms. He's super hands-on and will guide you in the right direction. But on the user's part, you have to meet him in the middle with making sure that the car is right. You know, guys like him are super busy, so the last thing I want to do is, you know, waste a bunch of his time. Yeah, I paid for his time, but in the end, like, why would I go to him if my car is not ready? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm super anal when it comes to cars, so I make sure everything's like done perfect to a T. As you should too, because who doesn't want a good running car and to enjoy their setup at their full potential? I mean, that only makes sense to me. What questions do you guys have? I know I've been like blabbering the whole time. Let's get some feedback from you guys. Let's see what you got to say. I'm going through these comments to see which, like, what I missed. Yeah, I recommend that you never run an OTS map unless it's literally to get you from your house to the tuner. And you don't even need to do that, because if you have a good tuner, he's probably going to send you some type of base map to load into your car to get you to the dyno. Not every car is the same. And those OTS maps are basically saying that every car is the same. So that's saying that every car has the same exact air-fuel ratio, same exact fuel trims, same exact, you know, fuel pressure, same exact, you know, like, whatever. That's not the case at all. Like, every car is going to be a little bit different in its own. Every car is going to act different. You may live somewhere where it's, you know, higher altitude or lower altitude. You know, these OTS maps are like, they're great for just like, hey, you know, I need something to get to the tuner, whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't like them at all. I don't think, you know, there's a need to run them. by any means. You're just doing more damage to your car than it's worth. What steps do I take before I start a build? I honestly pull out a big piece of paper and I do the old like school trick where I do like a brainstorming board and do like, you know, I put what my end goal is in the middle and I'll just start branching off of it and just, you know, writing everything down. Like, you can repeat things in your head all day long, but if you don't have it in like text where you can see it, you're gonna steer away from it and you're gonna go off on like little tangents. You're gonna be ordering parts you don't need or that are not gonna be, you know, good for your setup. You need to write it down on a piece of paper. If you have a whiteboard, something like that, just branch off and be like, okay, my goal is 700 horsepower. Okay, motor. Put motor in a section and I say, okay, rods, pistons, bearings, rod bolts, head studs, all this, like, and you just start writing and you write what brand you want to use and like, you know, what the prices are so you can start getting a price list together. You know, branch off of that, put machine work, call your machine shop, whoever you're using. Hey, this is what's going to cost. Or if you're having someone build the whole motor, okay, engine, this is what's going to cost to build it. Head or whatever, or turbo. Okay, I'm going to run this turbo. I want to do a top mount setup. Okay, look into top mount manifolds. Shameless plug, DTP Fabworks, if he's still in here, go check him out on Instagram and Facebook. The dude's an animal at building manifolds for this platform. He's about to be releasing more here in the near future. Just go check him out. Anyway, you know, you think about manifolds, top mount or stock location. You figure out what manifold you're going to do. Then you go with what turbo you're going to use. Is it going to work with that? Am I going to have enough clearance? Drain lines, oil feed lines, wastegates. Like, where's the wastegate going to sit? Where's the, you know, where's the wastegate dump going to go? Am I doing hood exit? Am I doing rear exit? Just all these things you got to think about. It may seem like a lot and a very like daunting task, but it will pay dividends in the end when you're not like hodgepodging a build together based off of like hearsay on what parts to use. Like, do your research, write the shit down, and just get a plan together. And then you need to put that plan in a like a timeline. And you need to, you know, have a no later date than when you want to complete it. Or if you don't care about a timeline, you just need to put what stuff you need to do first. Hey, I need to contact an engine builder. Okay, I got that done. It may be a year before you can touch anything else. At least you got your motor built. And it's already going to be broken in by the time. Yes, I was going to plug them anyway. Like Bryce said, Edge Autosport too. I pretty much talk about them in every video that I do. Any part that you need, down to like a singular bolt, you can go to edgeautosport.com and click on the Speed 3, go to your year, whatever you need, click on it. They have literally everything, and they're rarely out of stock on everything. And yeah, 50% budget on a run over. That is hard facts. If you add up your total cost of your build and you're like, okay, cool, this build's gonna cost me $15,000. Okay, plan for like 20 to 25 because there's gonna be miscellaneous stuff. You're gonna, like, people don't think about the fuel lines for the PI, all the fittings. People don't realize how much those fittings are. The AN fittings I'm talking about. You're talking extra fuel pumps. You're talking filters. You're talking wiring, controllers, watt box, split second controller. You know, all this stuff that just adds up. Miscellaneous wiring and little like connectors. Like, man, my car was pretty much together, but not running. And I probably, in like the last week of it being put together, I probably dropped another like $1,200 just in miscellaneous bullcrap that like I didn't think of, or you don't think of because you don't know until you do it type deal. I'm reading your list off. That's funny. It's like I know, kind of. And you know, like, this isn't like, this isn't me saying like I know everything, because I absolutely don't know everything. But I have taken the knowledge that I have received from the people that do know pretty much everything there is to know about this platform, and have applied it in ways through YouTube and stuff like that, and creating these videos and kind of being more informative for the end user, which is you guys, on, you know, certain things that might work or not work, and how you can see the progress of a build, and, you know, just get people excited about the platform again. As I came to the end of owning my Speed 3, it seemed like the platform was like starting to take a dive, and less people were like giving a crap, and there was a lot of, you know, misinformation out there, and I kind of wanted to reel that back in, and, you know, kind of make a place for people to come and hang out and talk about the platform and get excited about it again, and really have a place to come to, you know, freaking ask questions. It doesn't matter if you think it's dumb or not, you know, because in the end it's going to get answered, and then you have more knowledge. And then if you take that knowledge and give it to someone else that's learning, you know, it's just going to make the community better and stronger. And then, you know, people like Bryce, Justin, Brent, I think Clint, just a ton of people that are constantly doing R&D and freaking, like, man, like, those are the dudes that are keeping this platform alive, that are constantly pushing limits and trying to get these companies to, like, invest into the platform again, or more. And, you know, yeah, ring gaps are specific to power goals, boost, piston to wall clearance, etc. Exactly. There is no cookie cutter engine build. Let me get that straight. Bryce is 100% on that. There is no cookie cutter engine build that's just going to work for every setup. Like, if you're running 40 pounds of boost or 20 pounds of boost, your block is not going to be set up the same. Your piston rings are going to be gap different. The more boost you run, things are going to be a little looser, or a lot looser on Bryce's half. Bryce's car is all of the loose, because he's running serious, you know, boost, and things need to be a little bit looser to make that work efficiently. But yeah, just make sure, if you're not going with one of the builders in this platform, make sure that the engine builder you have, or if you're building the engine yourself, make sure the machine shop is legit. Make sure they know what they're doing. It's all, you know, this is your guys' money. You know what I mean? You're putting this investment into this car, and, like, if it's me, I want to make sure it's perfect. And, you know, don't accept subpar or piss poor work from anybody, because, you know, if it happens once and people let it go by, it happens twice, people let it go by, it just becomes the new normal of just having, like, oh man, like, this engine only lasted like 2 miles. Well, I'll just build another one, I guess. Like, it shouldn't be like that. I'm a little in the dark with what my short block is going to have, just because I've been really busy. I got to catch up on some emails, but I do know that they know my power goals, and in one of the emails he said, just make sure you send it. So I'm pretty sure it'll be ready for a beating. So, I mean, if they're telling me to just, like, go full send, you know, I'd hope that it's ready for it. You guys know me by now. We're always just sending it. I'm waiting to hear back from the fabricator on when the front end's going to be done. I talked to the V8 Roadsters that's making the subframe, and that subframe will be shipping out this week. And last time I talked to Speed Performance, they said the engine might be done this week, but nothing was like confirmed or anything. I'm just waiting on a email back from them. Yeah, Chris, I'm trying to get some of the builders in here. I have some emails out to some of the companies for the platform and some of the builders as well to try to jump on here one of these days. But I mean, you got to understand, like, those dudes are super busy all the time. So I'm trying to get some other people to jump in on these so we can, you know, fire off more questions. What else we got, guys? Make sure you hit that like button. Well, this is a first for me. I figure there are a lot of supporting mods you have to do first to set up a build. That's the part I'm working on. There is, man. I'm not gonna repeat everything. Oh no, Mike, you've been in here a while, so you heard everything. Just go with what I said, man. Just have a plan and just kind of write everything down and you know, ask the questions. Again, huge shout out to Andy Nelson. We've raised 20 bucks so far in this live stream. It helps the channel a lot. Just and like I said before, like any videos that you guys watch of mine, big things that help the channel, like support wise, is watching the whole ad. Like when an ad pops up, if you watch the whole ad, that helps my video like substantially. And then just hitting the like button and hit like or dislike and then dropping a comment. Like if everybody did those three things, this like videos would blow up. See, right there. I have a Clutchmaster 725 twin disc that squeals when I let out the clutch from a start. Is that normal? Boom, Bryce, right away. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. You got dudes in here that have experienced every part and have put every part to its failure point to know where it ends. Tell him, Bryce. Every race car rattles, squeals, makes noise. Here, you want a beer? Nah, this one's mine. Oh yeah. I have not tried Perrin Black. All right. Colin Border, touch on PI a little bit. What exactly about port injection are you wanting to know? Because that's a deep rabbit hole that we can get into, and I just want to hit on it where you need the help. Uh, what injectors do I recommend? Well, what's your power goal, buddy? Yeah. 460? I mean, yeah. So Bryce listed 3 of the top injector brands that you can go with. For 460 horsepower, if that's your end goal, you can do like just some 1000cc injectors and run that. If you're on a tighter budget and you can't afford the port injection, you could honestly get away with a good water meth kit and run, just a methanol kit and run methanol with like a 2-stage nozzle, and you could probably get pretty close to that number. 6 port is also an option. It's basically PI, but it's a plated thing that attaches to your intercooler piping by your throttle body, and it has 2 injectors on it, and it's basically PI but with just 2 injectors. But you still have to run like a split second and all that stuff. No, I mean, a meth kit's good to run, but if you have port injection, I mean, I ran port injection with straight 100% methanol in a tank. So you can run meth straight through your injectors. You're welcome, Colin. Yeah, that's what I plan on doing on the, I think that's what I'm going to do on the RX-8. You can rebuild. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. Yes, Bryce, you make a good point. Verify that the injectors are capable of flowing and handling methanol or ethanol before you purchase them, because some injectors are not meant to handle that, and they're going to take a shit real quick. KO4, I mean, it's probably not worth to rebuild, because you can honestly pick up like a used one for pretty cheap, but you can go with like a B&R, you know, a lower or a smaller B&R turbo, or the Cork Sport turbo. They're both drop-in factory placement turbos that you can get. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't like the idea of the 6-port. I just don't think it's, I don't think it's really as effective. I mean, if honestly, you can probably run methanol nozzles and be just as effective as a 6-port setup, because like either way, you still got to get that going into like through the throttle body and have it atomize at the right spot. So Michael George, you should hit up Chris Mazzy in the chat. Hit him up on Facebook. He actually has the new radium surge tank, and it's actually pretty nasty. It's a pretty baller setup. Yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah. And Bryce makes a good point. Like, a lot of these new things that are coming out, they've already been a thing for a while. It's just someone piecing together a kit with all the parts to make it easier so that people don't have to constantly keep asking where to get certain parts. They can just piece a kit together and just sell it. But it has been, you know, stuff like that has been around for a little while. And a bunch of other platforms have been doing it for a long time. It's not a new thing, really. Yeah, hey Bryce, that's what I'm gonna do on the RX-8. I'm gonna do a standalone fuel cell for the PI. Do you think I should run? Hey Bryce, do you think I should run M1, or do you think I should be running like some Ignite through the PI? The DI is going to be run by itself off of 93, and then the secondary setup will be either Ignite or M1. But I'm trying to think of what would be the best way to be as effective as I can at like a 700 wheel range. Because I was thinking about doing getting rid of the fuel tank in the car and fabbing. Yeah, I'll probably just do 114. Yo, what about doing a custom fabricated fuel cell in the back of the car, and it'll be split, so it'll be like 5 gallons DI and 5 gallons PI, and just run it that way. Have the pumps on board each one, and then run it that way. It'll probably shave a ton of weight too. Yeah, I know Abdul is on that 114 game. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, so just run 114 straight. Oh, badass. Okay. So, well, I mean, Cosmic probably doesn't have a stock location fuel tank. I could probably fabricate one to fit in the stock location and then just feed. Do you have what pumps are you running? Like, do you have like the pumps all together just running straight to the stock fuel rail and PI at the same time? Like just one feed line coming off and branching? Or do you have two feeds? Coming up on an hour. This has been a good one so far. A lot of stuff being talked about. Bryce, I'm going to have to get with you in our chat about the fuel, because now I'm kind of interested in how yours is set up. Because that makes a lot of sense. That way you're not running, it'll cut costs too, really, to just do it all at once and then just feed both that way. That'd be legit. One tank, one monster inline pump, then run a wide block fitting and feed both the systems. Got it. I understand. I understand completely. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Return back to the tank has one system after the regulator. Yo, I'm looking at that Holly pump. That thing looks massive. $200 gallon per hour? Holy hell, man. Not liter per hour, gallon per hour. Holy shit. Yeah, it says that basically, like, yeah, it all makes sense. This Holly pump is sick. They weigh half the weight that a normal 1,000 horsepower pump weighs, and its maximum draw is 17.2 amps. That's pretty baller. I think I'm gonna do that, Bryce. That's sweet. Yeah, for real, dude. Well, I'm looking on Summit right now, and it's 454. So if you got the homie hookup somewhere else, let me know. Guys, I want to say thank you again for stopping in and hanging out with us for this live stream. I just hope it grows bigger from here and we get more. Oh, let me talk about something real quick. So, I have a huge goal to hit 5,000 subscribers. Now, the only way that the videos spread is while you're watching the videos, if you like them, if you comment on them, and if you watch the ads. This makes YouTube push my videos to get seen by other people, which in turn brings subscribers. Now, you guys also sharing videos with your friends on your pages and stuff like that helps tremendously. We have a badass giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. I got some sponsors right now that are on board for the giveaway, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be sick. Someone is gonna make out with a bunch of shit. So, the more we spread the videos, the more we spread the channel. Dude, I got some legit stuff in the works for this 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I was gonna do one at 2,000 with like give away a shirt or something like that. Trust me, the 5,000 subscriber one is gonna be nuts. I mean, I don't know. I think it's nuts just because of the amount of stuff that is gonna be given away. Someone's gonna get hooked up. So please help us get there. 5,000 is usually that threshold before channels start taking off. 5,000 is extremely hard to get to, and we're over halfway there. So you need a fat guy shirt. Bryce, you need to hit me up in our chat. Where the 2XL at? Hey guys, so I'm gonna be having more shirts made. I was making all of the shirts and stickers in-house, and I just could not keep up on orders. I've probably sold close to 150 shirts and probably 200 stickers so far, just from events I've gone to, car meets, whatever. It's just too much to kind of do on my own. So I'm looking at outsourcing to a shirt company. I know moving out, he's hit me up about stickers, cause that'll be sweet too. And everything was priced fairly. I was doing 20 bucks a shirt and $5 a sticker. The stickers were big. They're like almost a whole rear quarter. I was thinking about doing this size and then like half that size for people that want to run smaller stickers, and then doing like a $5 sticker and a $3 sticker. But yeah, I gotta work on getting that and try to get some kind of website up and running. So if anybody is a web designer and wants to help your boy out and get something running, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook and we can talk. We'll tell her to hook up Spoon Up Performance with a sick, nasty website. But I really appreciate it. All the support thus far is amazing. For the AEM wideband failsafe, where do you wire the trigger wire? Wait a second. Trigger wire at, I read the EBS. All right, so on the failsafe, it goes, pick a wire, it doesn't matter which one. Split it in half, and one end of the failsafe is going to go into one side, and one end of the failsafe is going to go on the other side, and it's basically going to bridge that connection so that it can control boost cut when the failsafe engages. So it can regulate the amount of boost that you can hit so that you don't jack your shit up. Whatever color the wire is, it'll tell you this color wire goes away from the plug and this color wire goes towards the plug. And you basically just splice one of the wires for the EBCS, doesn't matter which one, and then you splice it in each direction according to the color. I just don't remember which ones they are. But you're basically interrupting the connection. It's a whole connection, but the failsafe will interrupt that connection when it sees something wrong. Oh, dude, you can do those jet tags, like those little key tags. Oh, dude, we should do like a spooling up performance on one side, and on the back side do like a silhouette of the like a MS3, an MS6, and then like the RX-8 or something like that. That'd be sweet. That way the Speed 6 guys and the Speed 3 guys get some love. They can have a sweet like key tag. Dude, I'm down. Dude, hit me up. Just, hey, work up a price for me and hit me up with what you got. I can send you the logo in an email. Just hit me up and I'll give you my email and you can start messing with it. I basically just want like, this one's like 11 by 2 or something like that. Something random. But basically I want something like that size and half that size. So like maybe shit, I don't know, like a 12-inch long, like maybe like a 10-inch long sticker, and then like a 5-inch long sticker, and then like whatever depth that you need or height that you need to make the sticker look right. But I want to offer 2 different sizes and different colors too. I usually do, the popular ones are like white, a silverish color, red, and we could do like a blue or something. But I can send you it and we'll work out the details. Jet tags are sick. And then we gotta come up with a saying on the back too. I always say like in my videos, I don't know if you catch it, but someone else did. And I always say like, oh, we're gonna go out and let her eat. Like I always say like, oh, we're gonna go out and let her eat, or we're gonna go out and let it eat. Cause I just, like when I get in cars, all I wanna do is just let it eat. Like it should. So maybe we'll just put like, let her eat on the back. Someone pointed it out to me and was like, you always say that. Yeah, I'm always saying send it. I feel like a lot of other YouTubers have like those jet tags with like send it on it and stuff like that. But I really think that I found my key community that I can target on YouTube. And I think that's the Mazdaspeed fam. I just like the platform so much and the people that are in it. And you know, I'm not tied to the Mazda brand. Obviously, I like all cars. I like performance in general. This channel was born on the name Spooling Up Performance, not because my car had a turbo, but the actual meaning behind that name is deeper than that. So when a turbo spools, it's building boost, right? Well, spooling up performance basically to me is saying like, okay, I want this channel to be able to like make people like want to have the need to go fast. I want them to like build up the performance or boost their performance in their vehicle to make it like something crazy. So like spooling up performance is not just like, oh, like, does your car have a turbo? Like, no, it goes much further than that. I just am always trying to inspire people to like follow their dreams and like build some like cool shit. If you want to build it, like do something different, do something that everybody else is doing. It doesn't matter. Like as long as you're having fun, you're spooling up your performance. And like boost is always building, right? So that's how I see it. Like your build is always growing. So it just goes, you can think of it in many different ways. So a lot of people ask like what the meaning of it is, and there's many different meanings, but it all encompasses like, you know, moving forward with a build or building something that you know, will make the performance of your car like enhanced or whatever you guys want to call it. But that's where I kind of like thought of the name, and I thought it was pretty fitting. Well, does anybody have anything else before we sign off for the night? I'm going to be getting some more updates on the RX-8 this week. Hopefully, I'll be going over to the fabricator's house and getting a video for you guys this week and get you guys an update on that. I'm excited to see it. Hey man, take it easy. I'll be in contact with you about some of the merchandise. I appreciate it. So yeah, hoping to get a update for you guys this week. Got a couple more videos coming. They may not necessarily be Mazda. Like I said, my my channel is mainly Mazda stuff, but I am always putting different things on the channel, different cars. You know, I've had stuff on there with this. You know, I just like all kinds of cars, but the Mazda platform has a special place with me, and always will. So, super sick. Love this. Thanks for all this. Best way to start off a build. Man, dude, I breed like positivity, dude. Like, man, I'm probably one of the most positive people that you'll ever talk to, because like anything you say, like I'll just counter it with something positive. Like, oh, my engine blew up. I'm like, well, at least you found the weak spot, and now you can build it and have something that's going to be reliable, and you can enjoy the car again. Like, I'll turn anything that you say into something positive, just because, you know, no one likes being like down in the dumps and like upset about something. So why not like try to encourage people to like do the best they can, you know what I mean? Don't say that. No, I wasn't trying to curse you, man, I swear. Hey, you were the one last week. You were the one that last week that got put in the doghouse, weren't you? Worth it. Mondays are now for the boys, and Saturdays. Yeah, 200K, dude. He's telling you how many subscribers we're gonna be at. I hope one day we're at that much. Guys, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram, Spooling Up Performance. We also have a Facebook page, Spooling Up Performance as well. Make sure you guys hit us up on there. Our Instagram is almost at 10,000 people. So hit us up on there. And don't forget to spread the word about the channel. These episodes are only going to get better. New topics every week. And yeah, I have a lot of fun doing this, talking to you guys, seeing the amount of support. It's a lot of fun. But I think we're going to sign off here. Stay tuned. I should have a RX-8 update video for you this week. And more to come on that. But until next time, guys, we will see you later.